I am an award-winning sewist, and I'm going to walk you through my journey entering competitions, and then we're going to talk about how you could sign up and enter some contests to show off your sewing skills. Let's take a walk down memory lane. When I very first started sewing, I wasn't even sewing. It started with no-sew scrunchies with iron-on adhesive. I made a bunch of these guys, and I'm like, what if I could really sew? That might be cool, right? Oh, let me show you my very first sewing project. It was this little pin cushion. It's so cute. It's got a little wristband. This did, unfortunately, come unglued, but this is my first place winner in the Western Montana Fair. And I'll show you one more thing. The second place winner, one of my sewed scrunchies. It won second place! Let's head over here and talk about my most recent contest entry. Yes. She is gorgeous. This is Butterick 5880, and I made a matching hat. This is the Charm Patterns Scout hat. And look at the dress even has a belt. This was the second dress I sewed. It's probably about the 6th or 7th garment that I've sewn, right? So let's back up a little bit to the Western Montana Fair. I entered this fair, and I don't even live in Western Montana. Maybe someday. But I'm like, what do I expect? I don't know how any of this works. Please walk me through it. So a really great way that some people get started in sewing competitions is through the 4-H program. And if you have a county fair, if you have a 4-H, if you have anything like that in your area, you can do things, you can learn amazing things, you can raise animals, you can make wood carving projects, and you can sew, and you can enter your things into competitions. So I like winning ribbons, always have, always will. And in 4-H, you win ribbons. So a lot of these fairs will also have like an open access where anyone can enter. You don't need to be a certain age. And it's interesting because I couldn't find the entry form. Ooh, what do they call this? I guess it's like the information about the fair. So I was looking through, I'm like, first of all, what division am I going to be in? And I did compete in the division for people with disabilities. I love that the Western Montana Fair offered this. Way to go, planning committee, way to go, inclusion. And then there's all these different classes that you can enter, right? So let's take a look at this. I couldn't find the entry form for the year that I entered, but this was from 2021. And at that time, it talks about the different divisions, the different prizes that you can win. And here it goes into all the fashion classes, all of the fashion recycled classes. Look at this. You could enter a pet wear item into the fashion class. How cool is that? And then there's Western wear. There's all this amazing stuff. Oh my gosh, there's crochet classes. And then this, again, it's a different year than what I entered, but this has the sew what classes. And so I entered my pin cushion, I entered into household items, and then my scrunchie, purses, bags, hats, etc., I entered that into the accessories category. I remember being at this fair and looking at, oh my gosh, first of all, the quilts were amazing. I'm not a quilter. I don't know if I'll ever get into that, but oh my gosh, it just gave me so much respect and appreciation for what these home sewists can really do. Slap in at the Western Montana Fair. Beautiful. So I'm going through the hall with all the competitions. They all have their ribbons there. Mine's in the back corner. It's, you know, it's like, oh, when am I going to come up to mine? How did I do? And I couldn't believe all the different categories that people could enter in. There was like a fossils category. There was like fabric arts. There was all these different things. And I remember at that time, I was 4 months into my sewing journey, and I saw the entries of garments, and I was just like, wow, I'm never going to be able to do that. That is amazing. And they even had ones that were like, kind of like I said, the upcycled garments. And I think one of them was like advanced mending. Like, how do you take a pair of pants that has a huge hole in it and repair it in a way that's functional and beautiful? Tell me, because I want to know and I want to see it. What other kinds of competitions can you enter? I just am like partway through episode 1 of the Great British Sewing Bee, and I'm loving it. Apply. If you could go in person and do that and be on TV, that would be amazing. Maybe you are homebound or disabled and you don't have a way to get to a competition. There are online sewing competitions that are open to anyone. I will tell you that my entries into the fair were free, no entry fee. So I'm going to talk now about a website that I really like. It's called patternreview.com. And this website is free to join, and it's so cool. Let me just walk you through a little bit because I can't resist. You can do reviews of patterns, machines, books, notions. So if we click on patterns, look at this. There's this gorgeous gallery of all these different sewing projects that people have submitted to this website with glorious photographs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Costumes. Okay, we're not here for that right now. What we're here for is contests. And let's take a look. Let's back up to the 2024 Pantone Color of the Year contest. This is voting right now, and guess what? This is the contest I entered. So, click on here. We can go to discuss contest, contest rules, photo gallery. There's all these different things, and then it tells you the contest started February 1st, and it ended March 1st, and now voting goes for a few more days. And here is what is coming up. Matchy matchy for the month of March. It started on March 1st, and this is nice. You actually have a month and a half, right? Here's what I need to tell you about. Photographs and presentation. When you're being judged in a sewing contest, the judges are going to be looking at the level of detail that you put into the work. So let me show you some examples of how you can really set your sewing apart. First of all, here's the detail. This dress pattern actually called for a 1-inch belt buckle. I didn't have one. And I was like, what can we do with this? Well, I can use this circular one. And because it's, I don't know, maybe a design feature, what else can I tie in? Look at this. I used a circular zipper pull. It's ergonomic, so it's easier for me to zip and unzip. But that's a little bit more of that circular design that's in this pattern. Very cool. Lining. How does it look on the other side of the zipper? Is that hand stitched? So details, details, details. This hat was the accessory that I did. Accessories. That's another thing that can set you apart. I'll sew a dress, and I'll also sew a vintage pillbox hat with a veil. I'm getting ideas, friends. Little details. What does your piping look like? How do your stitches look? What's your lining and your interface situation like? Probably could be improved. You have an opportunity to fill out an online entry form to really talk up your project. You are proud of this work. It's amazing. Let's put it into words. So, things you can talk about. What design features do you want to point out to the judges? What skills did you use? Maybe you did a rolled hem. Maybe you did a concealed zipper for the first time. What did you learn? Did you learn that it's difficult to do a French seam on a thick fabric? Tell your story. Tell the judges who you are. Maybe you want to talk about how long you've been sewing, or tell them about your vintage sewing machine. This is an opportunity to shine and, again, set yourself apart from the rest of the crowd. Look at all these tucks. How'd she sew through all those layers? So take pictures of the challenging parts. Really zoom in your camera. They want to see the details. Yikes. Patternreview.com, they will put in the description of the contest what pictures you need to provide. If you can have it modeled on a live person, that's wonderful. And if not, have it on your fashion form, have it on your mannequin. Even a flat lay, I think, is appropriate for some of the contests. But please include in your pictures detailed shots. So I took one of the zipper, the hat, and some people include a photo of the lining of their garment. Hey, look at, this is what I did. This is amazing. And I'm so proud of it. And I really want to show off even the tiniest little things because it's very, very cool. So yeah, have fun, enter contests, win prizes. Hopefully I'll be matchy-matchy in the month of March. And we'll see how the hat and dress do in the Pantone color of the year. If I win a ribbon, I'll be happy. If I win a $150 gift card to a fabric company, yeah, that would be cool too. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you might like one of these as well. Please subscribe and happy sewing!